it's driving me mad now. I've got to taste it.
Okay, sorry.
So
let's have a taste. Cheers.
Cheers and Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
Ooh. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video and a very special Christmas edition. And there's a reason why we're both wearing hats and there's a reason why we're sat surrounding this beautiful little... What is this thing we've got in the middle? I'm a virgin to all this.
This is a mini keg from Spit and Feathers, my brewery that I work at in Chester, Waverton in Chester.
How long has it been since you started working there? It's been a while, isn't it?
September. It's flown by, to be honest. I feel like I've been there for ages. September, end of September, so it's my first Christmas at Spit and Feathers.
And still all going well? Happy days?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. So what have Santa brought in his sack for me?
Santa's brought a mini keg, so this is... we don't sell these all through the year, but people go crazy for them at Christmas. But not everybody knows what a mini keg is, so we thought we'd do a little video.
Yeah,
I've done some shorts, promos on the Instagram page of Spit and Feathers,
which is called
below this video.
Which is, well, I was going to say, which is what's it called? Your Instagram.
Spit and Feathers Brewery.
Oh, there you go.
Just
pretty simple, isn't it?
Easy way to find it. So these are 9 pints. So you fit 9 pints in here, and it's fresh beer straight out of the brewery. It's not carbonated or anything like that. It's currently still alive in here.
Yes, and it was
just like a real beer is a real ale cask beer. It's essentially a little cask, but the only difference is obviously there's no pump system, so it's.
Let me just show them this. I know they'll probably superimpose it, but this is what they put on taps, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the pump clip. Don't hold it to the camera.
Hold it closer, yes.
You'll find this pubs all around the northwest of England and Wales.
And so, you've tasted this already?
Yes, I have to taste it. Unfortunately, it's a terrible part of the job to have to taste the beers to make sure that you go out in top form.
I just feel so sick for you, having to endure all this.
Well, you can join in the fun today.
Well, I am going to. I mean, you're going to see my old face. You're going to see something really special because it's the first time I've tasted it. Again, I'm still getting to know this industry and what you've been championing for so long, real ales, the camera movement, all this stuff going on. It's nice to have this journey with you. So thank you for...
To champion local beer?
Yeah, it's been what a hell of a year for it, I tell you. It's not even felt like a chore to learn all this.
No,
but
it's all fun. It's like a pick and mix. You know, we used to go to Woolies when we were kids and get the pick and mix.
Yeah.
It's now we've all grown up and we're
buying it.
Yeah. Or just going in and taking like a little one and just running out because you didn't have any pocket money.
Because funny enough, someone was saying to me the other day, that's why they closed down Woolworths, because people kept nicking stuff.
Taking all the little sweets.
I
imagine it was probably a bit more of a grim financial situation than that.
Brought on by your selfish greed.
Possibly.
I can tell you I never did. But the great thing is that this is available for how much? I mean, you've not just this Christmas thing, you've got quite a range of kegs available.
These go for £24. And considering, I mean, you'll be hard pressed to get 9 pints for 24 quid these days in a pub, so considering it's fresh beer, it's a pretty good deal, to be honest.
It's fantastic. But obviously we also want to say that just go and support your pub as well.
Absolutely. Because
obviously we're in the Norton at the moment, and it's a beautiful pub and they're doing all sorts of different things, so we're going to do a separate video for them.
Yeah.
But do you want to crack it open?
Yeah. So
how does it work?
Basically,
like it's one of these YouTube videos now. Welcome to the latest video. I'm going to show you.
We do have instructions.
Yeah, but I'm thick.
Well, we'll tell you what we could do. We could pretend that we are. You've never had a mini keg before. Have you had a mini keg before?
I think I did one on a canoe.
Okay, so we'll show you how easy it is to follow the instructions on the can. Let's pretend you're a customer.
I'll zoom it up in post.
So, instructions number 1 on there.
Step 1: pull the red tap out to break seal.
Does that mean the one on the lid?
No, it's this one.
Okay. So
have you never done this before?
Yeah, I just thought we could do it as if.
It's because I'm the thick one. You want me to demonstrate?
Yeah.
How
So
to open it.
basically, you pull the tap out.
Yeah. Step 2:
this is like
pull the tap out until it shows white. line, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So this is a white line, keep going. Okay, so you can tell it's broken seal because there's a little bit of drippage. Okay.
I recognise that.
That's because you're getting old now, you can't control it. Right, okay, so the next one. So basically, just like with any other cask, in order to, or any other vessel of liquid, in order to lose some, you've got to let the air in. So that's basically, you lift up the little tab at the top, and then you get a little bit of liveliness, because we've brought it here, walked it up the hill. So you always get a little bit of liveliness because it's now being released.
I'd panic if that happened.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you were here for that moment.
So basically what we've done is we've opened up a little tab on the top so the air can get in, and then we've opened up the tap at the bottom so we can remove
Which
liquid.
is basically the pump the beer's going to be excreted from.
So equal parts liquid will be released to the amount of air left in the top, and that's where the science ends.
I think I understood that.
Okay.
Yeah. So are you going to pour one for me?
Yeah, so with us we have some spitting feather glasses.
Available to purchase? Are they?
Available to purchase as part of our gift packs. You can either have...
What, for Christmas?
Well, whenever you want, for
okay.
friends, family, whenever you want, birthdays, you can make them all through the year. Most breweries do them, but you can have 3 bottles or you can have 2 bottles in a glass. So we've got our pint, okay? So,
okay, pour away. I can't wait for this.
Usually, the first pint of the lot will be the liveliest. Because
I thought you were going to say the first cut's the deepest then. It's like a song.
So basically, all you need to do is you just lift the tab downwards and then it'll start coming out. The best way to do this is slowly, otherwise you might end up with too much froth. So obviously what we're missing here from a pub is the cask pump, and the cask pump is what basically chucks air into the pint and gives you that head, so you kind of want to mimic that really.
Ah, I see.
So if you go slowly, you can kind of maybe go down a bit to let more air in, or just go back up to slow it down. You want to make sure you've got about that much head, and then you stop, lift it back up. So that's about the perfect amount of head that you want on a pint. You don't want to go too much.
I've heard different things from different people. Why is that?
Well, enthusiasts will usually say that you want up to 2 fingers worth. I usually go for about 1 thumb's worth.
Thumb. But look at my thumb. Is my thumb as big as your thumb?
Okay, well 1 Rick-sized thumb's worth is what I usually go for, because I want the head
sold separately.
I want to be able to experience the froth and the creaminess when I first go in. If this was all beer right to the top, I'd be a little bit disappointed.
I get it. Yeah. It's like breaking the seal, isn't it?
The first pint of the day is always the nicest, and you want that. You want it.
Don't.
In my instance, you want it to.
Don't do it.
Dress the moustache.
I wonder if I can. I'll do the next pour.
Okay.
And I'll see if I've learned anything from your example.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, just start off slowly. And then if you want more head, basically you just lower the glass to let more air be pumped in. So if you just pull your glass down now. So it's relatively easy, really.
Oh yeah, very much easier than I thought, to be fair.
There you go.
I can't stop it.
So all you do to stop it, you just tap it back.
I couldn't do it with 1 finger.
So basically, one thing to remember is that now we've awakened the beast. It means that you've now got about 3 days to drink that, just like you would without any real ale in the pub. Because the fresh beer has now been exposed to the air.
And what colour should it be?
So this in particular is a ruby ale. I'm going to top mine up a little bit, just because the head's died down. So this is a ruby ale, which means it's 1 above a gold. So one thing I mentioned to you before was ideally this would be rested overnight, just like a cask ale would have to go into the cellar at least a day, preferably 2 before. For all of the particles and the yeast and everything that makes the beer alive to settle to the bottom. We've brought this up the hill. We didn't have the ingenuity to bring it here the day before, or we were just lazy.
No, you could have told me and I would have done.
Either way, ideally, I mean,
hold him squarely responsible.
It's actually pretty clear, to be honest. I'm relatively happy with that. But ideally, what you do is you put it in a cool part of the house, preferably like a garage or somewhere like that. Let it stay there at least a day beforehand. So if you want it for Christmas Day, put it there Christmas Eve or even Eve.
So it's now Tuesday. I've got until Saturday at the very latest to drink.
Well, it can be up to a week. It's very dependent upon, if you were to put it in a warm place, it would probably go off a bit quicker.
But it's always cold in that house. So.
Yeah, so you don't want to put it in the fridge because this beer isn't supposed to be drank in the fridge.
It's driving me mad now. I've got to taste it.
Okay, sorry.
So
let's have a taste. Cheers.
Cheers and Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
Ooh, that's a unique flavour.
Yeah. So you want?
I see what you mean by the Christmas theme.
Yeah.
There's something in there that it's like, you know, when you get Christmas scents.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. It hits your throat when you.
Well, this was because obviously I've never brewed this before, so this was quite an exciting brew for me. So aside from the usual normal beer recipes, this has got, to make it a bit Christmassy, it's got cinnamon sticks and cloves, fresh.
And you grow them on
not
the farm?
powders or anything like that.
Like you do source locally and stuff like that.
Well, the cinnamon and cloves are a bit of an exotic ingredient, really. So you won't really find those grown in Chester.
You never know. You might have those big gazebos. What are they called now? You know, the ones
Maybe.
farm.
Yeah. But no, we just got them from a local shop.
I'm just trying to decide whether it's, because it's definitely not filling. It's not overpowering.
No.
It's something that still, again, like most real ales, they slip down.
Yeah, well, I guess it's in the name Christmas Crackers. It needs to be a little bit more heavy than the pale ale.
That's the thing. I do have a Christmas cracker for you somewhere.
Do you?
Yeah, I was gonna pull one.
Well, that would have been nice. We could always pause it and then go for the Christmas cracker as if it was here to begin with.
And then cut to me lying on the floor with a black eye on it.
Christmas cracker.
What the hell happened?
But yeah, so
how would you describe the flavour in your own technical terms?
So the difference between this and a pale or a golden beer is that, as well as the pale malts that we use in the brewing process, it also uses a splash of crystal malts and some chocolate malts, which give, if I had them here in the hand, you'd notice straight away that they're darker. The chocolate malts, obviously, they're a dark.
I'm trying to picture malts now. At the beer festival, did we have them in our
basically
hand?
just barley in your hand.
Yeah.
And then the crystal adds to that the weight of the beer.
Yeah.
But we use more of it, so the fermentation process produces a higher alcoholic percentage beer.
Right. So how long, because it's not long till Christmas, how long is this left to be sold? I mean, are you going to continue doing it till after Christmas?
No, so it's now all done and it's all at the pubs.
Ah, so it's no more.
Oh,
so you can't buy it anymore.
So the Christmas crackers, people have been very prepared this year, so they've got it either in their houses in the mini keg or they've got it in the pubs.
There is something really good about buying a keg like this. Because even though people tend to, I say normies, the people I used to be, getting boxes of beer, because they're doing it in my work now, they're supplying tons of beer for their employees, and it doesn't have the same impact as having that around Christmas dinner tables.
It's quite, because, I mean, for example, at Christmas Day at my parents' house, we're all quite excited because it's the first year that I've worked at the brewery. You can rent a full cask with the pumps and everything. Yeah. If you were to buy, we call them pins, which are half-size casks, or a full-size cask from Spit and Feathers and other breweries.
Are available.
Other breweries,
but not as good.
At our brewery, at least, you get the hand pump and the lines and the filters and the pegs and the mallet. You get that with rented.
So can you sort of, so you have to rent it all with the package? And
well, say for example, if you for the 37 pinter, it's £60, but with that you get the equipment you need to set it up at home.
Yeah.
So this is basically a little portable version of that. The only thing you can never quite beat a pint that's been pumped and had the air pumped into it, and it settles. This is almost as good as that, but obviously without any of the riff-raff.
I thought it'd be more technical.
Yeah.
I know it's made for people who are at home and whatever. It's got to be all done for you. But to me, there was no nonsense there.
No, other than you nearly not being able to close it and panicking and exploding all over.
I did panic. That's because we've only got one take of this. I'm not really recording it.
This is live.
This is live.
This is live on YouTube.
Live on YouTube and on some other sites where you pay a subscription for.
Oh right, okay.
But that's the naked version. We'll do that next. So you rate beer, don't you? In pubs and real ales and what have you. I keep forgetting to do that.
Yeah, so I rate the beer on What Pub, which is affiliated with Camera, and also Untapped, which is the modern society online for beer lovers.
Are these being rated at the moment? These particular beers?
Yeah, they will be. Yeah, so you can go in there.
Do you know what that is at the moment? What's the
Don't
rating?
pay too much attention to it as a brewer because it's at the end of the day we tend to take how much of it sells.
So it's
as
profit
an
margin
indication.
more than anything.
Well, if it sells a lot and it disappears from the brewery quickly, we know that it's being enjoyed. And if people keep ordering it again, that's an indication. So that we don't necessarily.
So
need
the rating system is more about the quality of what people's experience is.
The rating system is more for beer boffins to see whether or not they can relate to other people's tastes and see if somebody gives it a 3 or a 4 or a 5.
And if they're hitting a wider market of tastes, I suppose, and you can decide what other flavours you want in the future based on that.
I think a lot of this Wetherspoons went pretty crazy for the Christmas crackers.
Oh, I bet they did.
They like the seasonal beers.
Yeah.
So we did 2 seasonal beers this year. We did Winter Solstice, which is tomorrow. Winter Solstice is tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, it is, isn't it?
That was more of a pale golden with a bit of a orange twist to it.
See, that's another one see, the problem is, I wanted to do this every so often, a video like this, but they keep getting released quick. Before you know it, there's another one.
Well, spring will be around the corner. And
We're going to be my YouTube channel, and maybe even if you bring one out, it's going to be beer only.
Well, we've got next year will be the first year, obviously, that I'll be able to be involved in the formulation of new beers. So we've already got 2, maybe 3 in the pipeline at the brewery.
Exclusive.
Never before seen. New names.
Not called Rick.
No.
Or Steve.
Ricky Dicky Pale. No, so we'll have new artwork, new names, new recipes.
You designing
Tried
any of this? So you got your hand in
I will be,
design?
yeah. I've already got ideas up in the noggin about
He's
it.
such a clever bloke.
But we all, at Spitting Feathers, we all sort of chip in together, so we all get involved with things left, right, and centre. So, it's like a little family team.
Oh, you know what? I'm really pleased. I said this last time. I'm really pleased you found this team of people who are so like-minded and all look the same. But apart from that, you've got all this team spirit, this family atmosphere. You work in peace and quiet for the majority.
Well, it's a beautiful part of the country.
So
really
I'm really proud, and thanks for bringing this to our attention today. And it will be available again next year.
It'll be available again next year, but it will be in some pubs if you can find them. Wetherspoons is probably the most likely to find it just because they took so well to it.
Plus, Wetherspoons are everywhere, aren't they? So I imagine
Wetherspoons are everywhere, but the good thing about Wetherspoons is that you can look on the app to see what beers are on before you leave the house to avoid disappointment.
Yeah, that's the problem I have. I don't look ahead, so I always disappointed.
The other place that you will find this most likely is at the Brewery Tap, which is our pub in Chester. And if you, just like you can on the Wetherspoons app to see what beers are on, at the Brewery Tap you can go on the Untapped app, and they always have their beers on to see what's.
I saw a picture on Spitting Feathers before on Instagram.
Yeah.
It showed like a roast or it wasn't a roast. What was it?
Yeah, so the Brewery Tap in Chester do absolutely gorgeous pub grub.
Yeah.
They have really top chefs there. So it's pub grub made extremely well. It's not just bashed together with a bit of mash on top. It's really lovingly placed. It's
like the
really
Lindt master chocolatiers.
Exactly like that. Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah. No, they're a great team at the Brewery Tap. It's a gorgeous pub.
Anyway, we've got to finish this video. We're only supposed to be talking for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops, and we've been talking for ages.
Yeah,
so,
well, this always happens. So on to our next video.
Finish off this beer, and then we'll head on. So thank you so much for watching. If you fancy some of this, visit the website, which is probably in the description, but say it out loud.
spittingfeathers.org.
And also we're supporting all the local pubs and areas of Runcorn. Get out and see your local area. come to the Norton Arms, come to places that need supporting.
Yeah.
So, see you later.
Thank you. Bye bye.